This is Fox 5 News Morning.
It is 9:35 right now. As anybody knows, divorce can be rough any time of year, but now you add in the holidays, it can be especially difficult. Add to the stress level. Back in the 8 o'clock hour this morning, we asked you to send some of your questions. Back again now live in the loft with us to answer some of those questions. Divorce lawyer Kathryn Dickerson. Good to see you again.
Good morning. We talked about a lot of things last hour, but we did not get to pushing the new traditions. If you are recently divorced or what have you, to assure the kids it's not going to be the same, but we're going to do it differently, and this is our new way of doing it. How easy is that to put into place?
Actually, it's not that hard because now you have time. You don't have to coordinate as much. And if there was something that you had always wanted to do, if you want to do something meaningful, like take the children to donate a toy that they no longer use to a children's shelter or something along those lines, this is the great opportunity to do so. Divorce doesn't always have to be the end of the world. It can be the beginning of a new one that you build with your kids.
All right, but basically, if you guys didn't hear it last hour, you need to write everything down. If you're, if you're going to spend time at two different families, and then stick to that plan. Somebody on Twitter said, though, if we couldn't agree before when we were married, how are we going to agree when we're divorced?
Actually, people are better parents now when they're separated because they know that they no longer have to sort of be this partner to the other parent that they were in the marriage, and so they can focus on the children instead. And often I have clients come to me and go, well, why weren't they like this when we were married? Because there is that interference with being the spouse.
I have a question in terms of if they've divorced and there's other people in their lives. Pushing that person on the kids, you know what I mean? So I have a friend that is a situation, and she's like, okay, you need to get a gift for, so-and-so. You need to be happy. And the kids are like, look, we can be around. If you love him, that's fine, but just don't push him on him. Push him on me. So how do you go about handling that? Should the kids get a gift, do a card?
I will tell you that if this is not someone that's already in your life, the children have met, the holidays are the single worst time to introduce that person. Also, you might want to build the traditions instead of pushing the gifts. So instead of saying, why don't you get so-and-so a gift, why don't we make this a tradition where the 4 of us, 5 of us, however many children may be, always go ice skating, for example, and make that our holiday tradition and use that to build upon what you do.
So we're talking about situations here where the divorce has already happened. We talk about the stress of the holidays. Do you typically get clients around the holidays? Do people look at the holidays as a time like, this is it? Like we're splitting now because of the holidays or around the holidays?
It's right around the holidays and immediately after, because people do try to have that one last good holiday, and then they decide, never again shall I ever spend my holidays with my in-laws or whatever that might be.
What about gift giving to your in-laws? A lot of times when divorces happen, you're still sort of friendly with the in-laws. And is it appropriate to continue giving gifts as you were before? Or is it something you should maybe start scaling back as you and your once partner?
Do you announce it?
Right.
Do you know, look, I'm just not going to do this anymore. Right.
Well, it's something that you, as an adult, and your in-laws, also adults, can have a conversation about.
That's so awkward. Oh, my gosh.
It can be.
Well, okay.
It can be, but it also depends on how, for example, the new person in your ex's life feels. Sometimes that new person feels particularly threatened by you as an ex, and it's something where you and your in-laws can say, look, new person doesn't like this. Can we scale back to a holiday card or something along those lines so that we can build the relationship with new person, especially if there are children in that new relationship?
So tricky.
But if you could just put the kids first.
I know.
They're
Real quickly,
small.
though, I just am interested in this because I think we've talked a lot with people that maybe have younger kids. What if your kids are older and it's a situation where you need both of your parents to be together and are divorced, but that's awkward? What's the best way to handle that situation?
Where both parents are together?
Well, so people get divorced and then their kids grow up, but then they okay, well, I want to have grandma and grandpa there, but grandma and grandpa are divorced and maybe don't get along.
Sounds like a holiday.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that happens all the time.
It does. And so as an adult child, you can say, okay, grandma, your living room, grandpa, your dining room.
Wow.
We will have the kids run through, and if the two of you aren't adult enough to handle this, your grandchildren will.
See, and then that's when the kid becomes the parent.
Exactly.
Right, you have to out-adult the parents.
We'll have another conversation about this. Okay.
That's Kathryn's #1 tip. Plan ahead, far in advance. Kathryn Dickerson is a divorce lawyer, spending some time with us. May we never need your service.
Yeah, right.
All right. Again, but we did appreciate you being here today.
All right. So it's kind of hard to say the third time's the charm.